Good afternoon, my lovelies. What it do, what it do, what it do. This Miss Yaakov coming straight from that Spiker Star, aka the Messenger, aka the Virgo Goddess, aka the Daughters of Zion, aka that Topaz Gem Sapphire. Hey, listen, always have a message for you, but it's up to you to discern. Miss Yaakov was trying to say. Remember, I'm just an outsider looking into your world, see things that you just don't see, okay? But this here, the name of this is called Question. Is the book of Enoch authentic? The author of the book of Enoch and the Apocrypha is unknown, as it was not written by the biblical Enoch. It was written by various authors under his name, centuries after he lived. The book is a collection of different texts that were likely completed by different authors, okay? They were copied by different authors, They were copied by different authors, okay? Claims that Enoch visited 10 celestial hierarchies and spiritual prison for fallen angels are in the second heaven, okay? Those are the claims. That is disturbing to me, okay? Genesis 5:24 states that Enoch walked faithfully with God. Then he was no more because God took him away, okay? So Enoch never had a physical death, okay, because of his faithful devotion to God, okay? So God spared Enoch, okay? Enoch never saw a physical death. He was a blessed and righteous man. Blessed be Enoch, okay? What's disturbing is in the claims of the Apocrypha of the book of Enoch, okay, it states that he visited 10 heavens. Now, in order for this claim to be truthful and accurate, the author need at least 3 witnesses, 2 or 3 witnesses to verify that Enoch visited 10 heavens. Not only that, so you mean to tell me after God took Enoch in Genesis 5:24, you mean to tell me that Enoch came back down to earth to say that he visited 10 heavens? That just doesn't make any sense. Somebody's lying. Somebody's lying. These doctors, somebody is lying. The math ain't mathing. And then it says, the other claim says the second heaven is the spiritual prison for fallen angels. What? Isaiah 14:15 says, instead, you will be brought down to the place of the dead, down to its lowest depths. It don't say you will be brought up to the place of the dead. It said you will be brought down, okay, down to the place of the dead, okay? Not up, but down, okay? Then Exodus 20:4 says, you should not worship anything above, beneath, or in the waters below, okay? So beneath and below, okay? So therefore, this whole claim that the spiritual heaven is in the spiritual prison is in the second heaven is a false doctrine, and that is a lie, okay? That is a lie, okay? Because it says that you will be brought down, okay? Not up, but down. Okay, Exodus 20:4 says beneath or in the waters below. Okay, it don't say up. Okay, it says below. Okay, another thing is this: the fallen angels and everything, everybody is on earth. The only people that are in the spiritual prison right now are the ones that's up for judgment, the ones that had a physical death. All the ones that had the physical death, okay, which is my grandmother, used to be grandmother, and everybody in your family and all that had a physical death, those people are in a spiritual prison, okay? And that spiritual prison is not, I repeat, is not in the second heaven, okay? That spiritual prison is below and beneath the earth in Sheol, okay? Sheol is below, okay? Also, when God threw down, when God opened up the earth, and when Korach tried to go up against Moshe, and God opened up the ground, okay, he opened up this ground right here. He opened up the ground, and Korach and his kids and his family and his belongings fell inside the earth. There wasn't no second heaven for no prison. okay, for fallen angels. That is a lie, and that's a false doctrine. Okay, these authors are liars. And again, this whole apocrypha comes from the Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church, and the Eastern Orthodox churches of the Roman Catholic Church that's telling these lies. Okay, and the whole thing about it is with this the celestial hierarchy, they took from Genesis 5:24 when God took Enoch. Okay, they took from Genesis 5:24 and they just put their own spin on it and they copyrighted it to make money off this thing. Okay, not that Enoch actually visited 10 heavens. Now, are there 10 heavens? I'm not saying that they are, and I'm not saying that they not. But what I'm saying is Enoch never told them that he visited 10 heavens. He never did that. He did, because again, it specifically says that he did not. Enoch, the book of Enoch was not written by the biblical Enoch. Okay, it was written by authors. Okay, so where did the authors get these claims from? They took from the prophets and the Torah, okay, and they twisted around and they created their own narrative and their own spin. Okay, and they copyrighted it to make money off this thing. Not that it actually happened. And again, do I believe that it's heavens? Of course I do. I believe that it's heavens. Okay, but 10 heavens is questionable. Or should I just say that Enoch came back down and told them that he visited 10 heavens? I don't believe that, not one bit. I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't believe that. That is a false doctrine, okay? These are doctrines of devils. These authors are liars. There's no way that Enoch, after God took Enoch in Genesis 5:24, after God took Enoch up in Genesis 5:24, Enoch came back down to say that he went to 10 celestial hierarchy realms. That don't make sense. And then to sit up here to make the claim that the spiritual prison for fallen angels is in the second heaven, that's a bald-faced lie, because the spiritual heaven is below the earth, inside the earth. Okay, Sheol. Okay, that's the spiritual prison for the dead. The realm of the dead is in Sheol. Okay, not no second heaven. So that's a lie. Okay, that's a false doctrine and a liar. Okay, these are doctrines of devils. Okay, so no, the book of Enoch and the Apocrypha is not, I repeat, is not authentic. Okay, none of those writings came from the biblical Enoch. Okay, those came from the forefathers of the Roman Catholic Church. They made up that theory, okay, about the 10 heavens and all the extra stuff, okay, that they did. And the same thing with the book of Revelation as well. They took things from Ezekiel and Isaiah and Daniel, and then they created this whole spin, the whole book of Revelation, okay, yeah. That's what I said. These doctrines, that Apocrypha and that fake New Testament is not accurate at all. You got to really, really have discernment. You got to know when you're being deceived in these last and final hours, okay? Anywho, I'm about to get on out of here. Just a little something, something right there. That book of Enoch, because I've been hearing a lot about that book of Enoch. Somebody told me to read the book of Enoch. And I said, yeah, I heard that he visited 10 heavens. I heard that's what they're saying. Now, is it true? I don't know. Okay, but that's what they're saying. Okay, but I had to dig deep in this. Okay, yeah, that book of Enoch, it was not written by him. Okay, and the author is a false doctrine. He's a liar. Okay, he's a liar, 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 and anybody is a liar is a thief. Anywho, this that Spiker star, the brightest star of the constellation. The daughters of Zion, Jerusalem. Looking into your world, see things that you just don't see. I'm going.